Hey everybody, it's Jaime Pfeffer back with you again today. I am your favorite empath, medium, and psychic. And today we are looking at what in your life is causing you an undue amount of anxiety or worry or stress, and what can you do to move past this stress so that you can be living your best life now. If that sounds like something that you would like to find out, make sure to stick around. Okay, so as you will probably notice if you are returning to my channel, I have this beautiful new cloth covering down. I really love this, and it's got a lot of different phases of the moon, but I think it's really cool the way that I set it up today. And also, you will probably notice the beautiful stars of this show, who are these amazing crystal angels. So we've got the amethyst angel here, the clear quartz here, and the rose quartz here at the end. So let's take a moment and take a deep cleansing and purifying breath and let it out. And now, looking at the stacks of cards and the angels in front of you, which one of these stacks or angels has a message for you about something that you're feeling anxious about? Is it going to be stack A, stack B, or stack C? Feel free to pause the video if you need more time, and also it is totally more than okay to listen to one, two, or all three of the stacks. It's really up to you. Before you jump forward and listen to your reading, I do want to ask you a little favor of my own. Please make sure to give the video a like if you get anything out of it. And also, if you are not a member here yet, please make sure you go down below and subscribe. Subscribing is always free. You can always unsubscribe at any time if something doesn't resonate with you. But it is a way that you can give back to me with a little action on your part. And also, if you do enjoy my readings, you will get a notification every time I publish a new reading if you would like. So make sure that you hit the notification bell as well. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, we are going to jump into these readings. So all you have to do is go down below in the description box, which is right below the video. You will see a section on timestamps, and it will say stack A, stack B, or stack C. If you chose B or C, you can click on that little link and it will take you directly to your readings. Alrighty, I will see you soon with your information and your guidance. Hi again, if you chose stack A, welcome to your reading. And we are looking at what is it exactly that you are obsessing about right now or that's giving you anxiety, and what can you do to move through those uncomfortable feelings as quickly, easily, and effortlessly as possible. Okay, so if you chose this stack, you chose this absolutely gorgeous amethyst crystal angel. This is just such a special piece to me. I really like the amethyst the angelic carved pieces. They bring an energy of the angels with them, just like a heart crystal brings an extra energy of love. I believe that something that's carved as an angel brings that special energy of that angel. So I have these in a number of different crystals, and yeah, I've got another one. This is a hematite one right here. I certainly do not regret these purchases at all. So if you are interested in getting, this is a jumbo size. If you are interested in getting a jumbo size crystal angel, please check the description box below where I have links to all of the crystals, okay? And before we get into your cards, I just want to tell you that the properties of, so I am seeing a rainbow in this angel right here in the middle. There's usually an issue with my camera being able to pick up. It wants to focus on the stuff behind, which I'm actually hearing is a message for you as well. So if you are focusing on the stuff that's in the background or focusing on things that are behind instead of focusing on what the real issue is that could be causing you a problem. But also, there is a rainbow in here. And so running a visual of a rainbow through your energy will assist you at this time, okay? Rainbows are really a beautiful way to cleanse and clear our entire energetic system and all of our chakras. Amethyst also used to be known as the stone of sobriety. So sobriety, in the common or general sense, is about alcoholism or drugs. But there are a lot of other things that people can be addicted to. And what I'm hearing is that there is some kind of an addiction or a toxic pattern of thinking, fear-based thinking, okay? And obsessing about things that are either out of your control or haven't happened yet. This is completely normal. And again, if anything in this reading doesn't resonate with you, please take what you want and leave the rest. I never want to give any type of advice or suggestions or really say anything that's going to harm somebody or hurt them on the inside, okay? So if it doesn't feel right for you, it's not for you. Let's just say that, okay? Amethyst is also about the crown chakra, so this really fits with the thoughts. And I will tell you that all three of these readings I was getting before I started, they're all related to thinking. They're all related to fearful thoughts or projecting fearful thoughts or scenarios into the future. And so one of the things that I did for this reading is I brought in these large chunks of pyrite. These are really good for the solar plexus. And when we can balance our mental body and our self-esteem and bring that up, and when we can also ground ourselves, which is both things that pyrite helps with. It also helps with creation and manifestation. So it can help you to manifest what you actually want in your life, not what you're fearing, okay? And it can help ground your energy. So I brought those in because I could tell, and I've been tapping into an energy in the collective of a lot of fear, which is okay. Fear is a human thought, and we are here having a human experience. So none of our feelings are wrong. What my goal is to help you really have clarity about, what you're thinking, whether or not these thoughts are actually helping you, and how you can move through them as quickly as possible while processing them so that they don't stay in your body. And then move into the higher vibrational energy, which is where we all want to be, right? Okay, so that's that. Now, first we're going to look at the energy of where you are. So a scenario where you could be. And also remember that these are general readings, so there's no possible way that I could pinpoint the story of every single person. But you will get the general idea. And if you do want a reading that is specific for you, that I will give you direct answers on your specific issues and circumstances, you can go down below and book one of those through the link in the description box. My readings are about 2 weeks out right now. So if you are interested, there's going to be about a 2 to 3 week hold time. All right, let's jump in and look at what energy you are dealing with currently, okay? And I'm using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck for this. Okay, beautiful. So it looks like you've got a new beginning, the Ace of Wands. So as you see here, you've got this hand. It's coming from the clouds, and it's handing you this new beginning. That's what aces stand for. Well, it's a new beginning either in your career, something that you're passionate about. So it could be a relationship, although I'm not really getting that here, but it could be. I'm really getting career or something that you're passionate about, or just a shift in your life, okay? It could be a relationship though too. There's a castle back here, and that means something to me because my grandmother sends me signs that castles equate to success. So this is an opportunity for you to have a new beginning in something successful in your life. So that's amazing. What do we know about new beginnings, though? Something that I know about new beginnings is that I never really know exactly what's going to happen, right? And change is difficult for a lot of people. So if you're having some obsessive thinking or fear-based thoughts around this, try to have compassion for yourself and realize that the fear of the unknown is a common fear. Let's look at what else you're dealing with. Okay, so your second card out is the Page of Swords. This is someone who is usually quite young, can often be a student or like a young adult, Or it could also be somebody who hasn't fully matured. And the sword stands for communication, new ideas, and things like that. So somebody may be coming in to give you some clarity. Or you could have a student in your life, right? This could have to do with your career and maybe a student in your life shifting. I mean, we are right around back to school time, so it could be pertaining to that, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, we've got another page. So the next page, again, we've got this younger energy. This person has a pentacle, which is about material needs. So now we're dealing with career, finances, or material needs, your home life, communication, or ideas, or thoughts, right? Or we could be dealing with two students here. You could have two different students in your life or two children that you have something going on with, right? Okay. So figure out where it fits for you and we will move forward from there. What do you need to know or what can you do to help yourself get past the obsessive thoughts or the negative, critical, or anxious thinking? Is what we're looking at next. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got Isis. This card talks about magic manifesting. All right, awesome. So this really goes with this Ace of Wands and what I was saying about passion and career. And it says, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. So I'm definitely tapping into a story of someone who has started something for themselves, a business, or they're working towards starting something new. But they have some fears either around children that they have, or it could even be parts of yourself, okay? Parts of themselves, that these old parts of themselves are coming forward and they're afraid about stepping into this new energy. I need to make sure that these two energies, whether they're real children or something else, are taken care of. You know, we do have to put more energy into things when we have a situation where there are not as mature energies, okay? But what this card is telling you is that stay focused. Stay focused on the big picture. I'm really reminded of the card, the Devil, here with these horns, and that's not what this card is. But what I'm feeling like is that if you continue going down this path of having these scary thoughts or believing that you're powerless in the situation, it's going to bring back this feeling of being chained to negativity, okay? So this is something here, the symbol is called the Ankh. Okay, it's a very, very special symbol. We've got an eye here. So this is telling me that you've got protection around you and that you also have the ability to manifest, okay? So this could be as simple as you setting your intentions, spending some time focusing on what you want to manifest, and really giving up to the universe anything that is bothering you, really calling in help for yourself and saying, I'm going to turn over these fears. I'm going to welcome in angelic help. I'm going to keep my mind focused on the positive, and that could be anything for you. You know, focusing on a favorite memory, focusing on, you know, whatever it is. When you notice these fearful thoughts or these triggering thoughts coming up that you're not safe or protected or that this is scary and you shouldn't go through with it, really focusing on that. And so now I'm noticing this teal color and I notice the dark blue and I'm noticing the red. So this is really about being grounded, also using your mind, using your third eye, using your imagination to visualize the scenarios that you would like to see in your life, okay? Let's see what else we have for you. Wow, okay, so you've got the white eagle, ancestor spirit. This talks about connecting with your lineage. So you have ancestors who really want to help you with this, okay? If you're not a medium like me, don't worry. You don't need to be a medium. One of the things you can do is just ask for help, just like you can ask for help with your angels and guides. You don't have to be able to see them in form yet, okay? The other thing is that feathers also represent angels, so that's beautiful. You've got, look at, these are all the angels that are around you. Isn't that amazing? And then it says, a family wound or pattern can be healed now. So I really feel like this situation that's going on is the result of critical, negative, or fear-based thinking that was passed to you unknowingly by your loved ones, okay? In spirit, I actually just heard in my mind, okay? So nobody wants to pass this on to their kids, but as humans, the longer we live, the higher our consciousness goes up, okay? So there are things that happened hundreds of years ago that there are things that happened 20 years ago that we now don't consider to be appropriate, right? Stoning people or, public viewing of that type of thing. Or, there's many, many things I can think of, okay? So they knew what they knew and they didn't know what they didn't know, okay? So this is not about blame. This is really about realizing that you're being given an opportunity in this moment. And wow, okay, so I'm also hearing a famous Al Anon slogan, which is, I didn't cause it, I can't control it, and I can't cure it, okay? So, but I can contribute to it, all right? So, this isn't about beating yourself up by any means at all. This is really about being gentle with yourself, but also realizing the power that you have. Isis is an extremely powerful goddess, okay? So you might be dealing with energies that are somewhat new to this, okay? But you've got a lot of new energy here, and that's beautiful. You've got this new Ace of Wands. This is telling you that there's a new beginning on tap for you. You've got the new and the old, right? So if you resonate with this, please leave me a comment below. I know I do. We've got a lot of shifts going on in my household. There's a lot of shifts going on in society. We've got this big election coming up. That's going to be a shift regardless of who wins, right? So this is a melding of the old and the new. Oh gosh, that's so gorgeous, okay? And what we're being told is we can manifest what we want, okay? We are not tied to the past. We can manifest what we want, but we need to take an active role in that. Crystals will help you. I'm noticing these crystals really sticking out. So if you happen to have a ruby, that would be beautiful, or any type of blue crystal, although this is talking to me about topaz, blue topaz. So those are some things that you can do. These look like flowers to me, and this really reminds me of a phoenix and just a bird, okay? So helping you rise up, your angels, your guides, and your ancestors and your spiritual support team really wants to help you with this. So it could also just be knowing that you're not alone, right? Just receiving validation through this reading, okay? And knowing that there are good things that we have learned from the past, right? Like the past is not all terrible. Even if there was a horrific situation, there are always positive qualities, but sometimes it can be easy just to focus on the pain and the hurt, okay? There are always positive qualities, even if it's just as small as I'm breathing today, or, I really don't like this person, but, there must be something that they did at one point in their life which has benefited you positively, okay? So that's what I've got for your reading. Please remember again that I will put a link to this gorgeous amethyst angel. Amethyst is also very helpful if you suffer from insomnia or you have a hard time sleeping. It's very, very good in combination with yellow, though, for gaining control of the thoughts and realizing that your mind is not the boss of you, okay? You are more than just your mind. You have a body, you have a spirit, you have a soul, all right? I hope this helped you. Please leave me a comment below if it did. Talk to you soon. Bye. If you chose Stack B, welcome to your reading. And if you did choose Stack B, you chose this gorgeous clear quartz angel. Clear quartz is a very popular and common crystal. I will say that. Wow, I see a rainbow in this one too. I also saw a rainbow in the first one. So, wow, there's a lot of rainbows in this one. Okay, so I will tell you the same thing that I told Stack A. Rainbow, wow, this is amazing. I'm so glad that this came into my mind today to do this because I've never even noticed these rainbows. That's amazing. I know it's hard to see. Oftentimes my camera will not focus on the crystal. It focuses on what's behind it. But anyways, rainbows are great to run through your energy. Just think of a rainbow and run that through your energy. And I'm also reminded that rainbows are happy And I'm reminded of my cord cutting and shielding meditation and aura cleansing. And that's actually where I help you cut anything that you're super attached to that's toxic or causing you problems. Then I help you to shield your energy. And then after that, we clear your aura with a rainbow light. So if that sounds like something that you would like help with, I will put a link below in the description box. It's $9.99. The price will be going up. I'm having all of my pricing redone right now. So take advantage of it now if it sounds like something that you would be interested in. Once you purchase it, you can use it infinite times. You always have the download. Clear quartz is really good for healing. It's great for purification. It's great for all of the chakras, any ailments that you have. Like instead of finding a particular crystal, you can use clear quartz. It magnifies and amplifies the other energies around it. So given that, you want to be careful that you don't carry a lot of clear quartz with you if you're not in a great vibration currently, right? I would suggest using clear quartz. I have a piece of selenite across the room that just caught my eye. So if you wanted to use it to purify and cleanse your energy, I would suggest using it with selenite or a black crystal or some like black obsidian to magnify that energy. If you carry it alone just by itself and you're not in a great space, you can actually end up amplifying and magnifying that vibration within you, which of course you don't want to do, okay? So with that being said, clear quartz is also wonderful for bringing you clarity. So let's bring you some clarity on the question today, the questions, which are, why am I so obsessed with this? Or why am I feeling so anxious about this? And what can I do to help myself move through this? So first, we're going to look at where you're at. Okay, the High Priestess. Wow. So this is a card about clarity. The High Priestess is a very watery figure. She is in tune with the moon. You see Luna here, the crescent moon. She is often considered mysterious. You see there is a crystal ball right above her head. So my guess is that you are an intuitive person. You may be struggling with a bit of black and white thinking, or like she is on the card, you may be centered and right in the middle of all that. We're going to have to look a little bit further to find out. These are pomegranates here. Pomegranates are a very lucky and prosperous symbol. They are filled with tons of tiny seeds, which talk about new beginnings, okay? So you are probably dealing with some type of new beginning in your life. You may feel a little bit out in the cold, though. I noticed these 5 pomegranates right here, and it reminds me of the 5 of Pentacles, which is a card about feeling almost like an outcast. Although you may have made yourself an outcast and withdrew from something purposely. So let's look a little bit further. The last thing I want to say, though, about the High Priestess is that this represents fertility in a major way. Okay, so your next card is the 4 of Cups. And this, as you can tell, you've got a guy here who's somewhat apathetic. This cloud with a hand is offering him a cup that's filled. But he is not noticing this cup, this other option or opportunity, because he is staring at the 3 cups in front of him that are empty, okay? So I noticed the blue leggings, and the word blue came to me like feeling down or feeling blue. I'm really getting the feeling that this is an apathy. This is just someone who isn't, it's below neutralized. It's like kind of bored, kind of fed up, that kind of energy. So, and this is emotionally. This is about the emotions, okay? Let's look and find a little bit more. Okay, so the 6 of Pentacles. This is a card about giving. As you can tell, this guy is holding the scales. So you could be a Libra, or you could be looking for more balance in your life. He's got these 2 people down here who are below him and seem to be not in a great space. And you've got your 6 Pentacles here, which are about earthly possessions and material needs. So you may have enough that you can share, and There is a castle back here. Sharing may make you feel better. It may help bring you more into balance. There is a castle back here, which is an indication for me from my grandmother that success is close by. So let's look at our last card. Okay, the Two of Swords. So in this card, wow, you've got almost all the suits here. So you've got cups, which are emotions, and you've got pentacles, which are earth or material matters. Swords are about ideas, communication, and thoughts, okay? So you've got some type of decision that needs to be made. Most of the time when this card comes up, you already know what the decision is, but as you see, this woman has this blindfold on and she has these two swords about her. So I'm really feeling like this is getting yourself back into balance. I think that you're typically the high priestess type of energy where you're feeling great, but for some reason you're feeling a little bit off right now. Maybe you've given too much to other people and you feel like they're taking advantage of you. That could definitely be possible. And if that is the case, it could be that you now have to decide, should I speak up to this person? You could be afraid about speaking up to this person. Should I fire this person if they work for you? If they don't work for you, how can I handle this so that I am not stuck? Or you could be at a crossroads. That's another thing that the Two of Swords symbolizes. There's a lot of water in this card too, which tells me that emotions are at play. So this is a general reading. Not every scenario is going to fit with every person. So you might be listening to this and realize, oh, wow, it's totally different than what she said, but I get it. Okay. So if that happens for you, that's great. That's your intuition talking to you. Let's find out what you need to do in this situation. And also really quick, I happen to notice we've got 2, 4, 6, and then 2. Ideally, we want to go to 8, right? And 8 is where the prosperity is. So let's find out how we're going to go to 8. Divine order. Okay, so do what you feel is right. And an important lesson is unfolding. So whatever the case is for you down here, your angels and guides want you to know that you know what to do. Whatever you feel in your heart is going to be the right move for you. And also, it's important for you to know that all is not lost in this scenario. This isn't about you taking a hit or taking a really difficult time without any forward movement coming to you in the future, right? This is an important lesson. This is part of your lessons here on the earth plane. Serapis Bay. Okay, here's why you're having the lesson. Because you're ascending, right? You are ascending into a higher frequency. Here's our 8 right here on his headdress. That is also for the infinity sign, right? But if we turn it on its side, we've got the 8 right here. So they're telling me to tell you 2, 4, 6, and now we've got our 8, okay? So actually, now that we've got this feminine energy here, divine feminine energy. Wow, this is very interesting. We've got this divine feminine energy here in this light blue, which is very calm, very secure. The high priestess is somebody who things just come to her. She doesn't have to try hard. I mean, if you look at her, she's not scared at all. She doesn't look scared, right? She has spiritual answers within her. She has wisdom and knowledge, okay? This would be a divine masculine card, which would epitomize the masculine energy, okay? There's a lot of power in this card. So this is about, it says, move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. So this could also be another person that's bothering you or getting under your skin, or there's something going on there. But they're telling you this is all in divine order. This is part of your lesson. And once you do what you feel is right, you move into your true self, because by doing what we feel is right, by acknowledging, accepting, and respecting our feelings instead of pushing them down or trying to escape them or pretend they aren't there, we are actually respecting ourselves, and that's going to help you ascend, okay? Hope. Beautiful. This is wonderful. So not only are you moving into this masculine, bringing the masculine energy back in, you're now moving up into orange and yellow and pink, which are the sacral, solar plexus, and heart chakras. And this is talking about love and acceptance. This is a lotus flower which blooms from the mud. It blooms from nothing, and it's often associated with the root chakra. It says, love is yours, recognize your divine worth, and choose loving thoughts. So I talked a lot about the mind and mental chatter, fear-based thinking in Stack A. So you might want to check that out. Let's also check out your last card. Okay, the Holy Spirit. Expect miracles. That's gorgeous. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. So I feel like there's some type of relationship here, and there's some type of attachment that isn't the healthiest. That's what I'm getting right now. And I'm getting that you may feel betrayed or hurt by the actions of another person, or it could even be somebody that you looked up to, or could be like a whole body. It could be like a school board or the government or something like that, okay? What this card is telling you is please don't give up hope. You have a lot of purity and lightness inside of you, and you have a right to expect miracles, and miracles are going to come in for you, okay? So instead of getting caught up in this darkness, in the negative thoughts, you may have absorbed negative thoughts from this other person or group or whatever it is, and that can be a lot of darkness, especially if you're empathic. That can kind of take over. It can take over your body. It can take over your mind, okay? But luckily, you are being given the answers of what you need to do. So I really think it starts with purifying your energy, cutting cords, using that rainbow that like I talked about, and then allowing yourself to see the positive instead of looking at what's wrong, okay? You want to process your feelings and your hurt and any type of anger or anything else that you have. That's totally normal and natural to feel those things, and you want to process them. You don't want to hang on to them or stuff them down, because when we do that, we don't do we don't get rid of them. They actually end up coming on stronger, and they can either stay in our body or they can come out sideways, which none of us want, right? So they're telling you, do what you feel is right. If there's something that's really bothering you, if you need to speak up, which you certainly could, because this is a throat chakra. A lot of this is about the throat chakra, okay? So you may have stifled your truth or stopped yourself from speaking up, and as a result, you're suffering. You're probably hanging on to something that somebody else did, and it's affecting you in a negative way, but you could be afraid to speak up about exactly what it is, okay? That's kind of what I feel. The good news is there is a door for you, there is hope and acceptance, and there's ascension for you. This is all part of your path. This was meant to happen, okay? To help you get to the next level. So doing what you feel is right and respecting yourself will allow you to ascend and rise above this darkness. You will move into love and acceptance for yourself as well as others. But I feel like you may be somebody who typically worries more about others or gives more to others, even if you don't realize it, than yourself. So this is really talking about love and recognizing your worth. Like I forgot that was even there, right? So choose loving thoughts, especially about yourself, okay? And then expect miracles to occur because they're ready to occur for you. All right. I hope you loved the reading. I know I did. It's helpful for me in my own life. So that's always a positive. If you did, please go down below and leave me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing how you connect with this stuff. It really helps me to know that I'm on the right track, and I love connecting with you. I love connecting with heart-centered people. I love connecting with empathic people. I am empathic. So it's great to meet kindred spirits, right? So, and also please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, I will see you again next time. Bye. Welcome to your reading. And what we are asking about today is, why am I obsessing about this thing, or why is it making me anxious? And what can I do to move out of this anxiety, to be able to let this go so that I can live the awesome life that I know I deserve? So I'm very excited to jump into this with you. Stacks A and B were both fantastic. So if you finish this reading or you feel called to listen to either A or B, please do. There was so much good information in there. And I want you to benefit from it. It's free. So first we're going to look at where you are at. Oh, actually, no. First, we're going to look at your beautiful crystal. And this is one of my favorite crystals. I probably have 1,000 crystals. I would not be surprised. Hundreds at least. This is one of my favorites. This is such a soothing, gentle, nurturing, kind, motherly, empathetic energy. This is a rose quartz angel, a jumbo angel from Healing Crystals. It's one of my favorite pieces. Sometimes I just lay on my bed and put it on my chest, and it just feels amazing. So if you're interested in getting yourself a nice gift, or you know someone, I'm actually hearing something about breast cancer. If you know somebody with breast cancer, you might want to pick this up for them as a gift. It's just, rose quartz is so amazing. It's unconditionally loving. It really helps with feelings of unworthiness or anything that anybody has suffered, like trauma or any type of pain. It's amazing. So I will put a link below in the description box if you would like to pick up a piece like this. So let's jump into your reading. First, we're going to look at where you're at in your life right now. What could be making you feel anxious or having obsessive thoughts? Wow. Okay. The Seven of Swords. So this is one of those cards that is not one of the happiest cards in the deck. It typically refers to someone who could be stealing from you, okay? Before we go into worst case scenarios, though, there are some other interpretations for this card. And I don't want to perpetuate any type of fear or negativity or anything that is going to make you feel afraid, really. One of my goals is to help people get out of their fears, right? But sometimes, like as you can see on this card, this guy has 4 swords. He's kind of actually 5. He's looking behind himself to see if anybody's watching him. You can see some people in the shadows back here. And there are still 2 swords in the ground, okay? So you're going to have to figure out whether or not this pertains to you. I will tell you, though, that I feel like there are a group of you who may have your antenna up that somebody is not being completely honest with you, okay? And although hearing it in this reading may cause you to flinch or feel scared, I do want to tell you that when I saw this guy and I saw this little hat and the brim with the fur, that's what it looks like to me. I thought of like an old character. I think it's a monkey that has this type of hat on. And so I got that visual from my guides because they were telling me that this person may seem worse in your thoughts than they actually are, okay? Not that they're not bamboozling you or trying to cause you to lose something. They really aren't doing it with like, quote, evil intentions. And I don't think they're going to make a big deal out of it if you need to let them go or if you need to take a break from them, okay? That's kind of confusing, but that's what I'm feeling for some of you, that there's someone here that you just need to set a boundary with, okay? And you'll have to see if that pertains to you. The other thing that can be going on in this card is you may feel intuitively that you need to move away from something and you don't want to divulge to that person what exactly you plan on doing. So you may be taking your own resources, and I don't want to say ghosting, but there are circumstances where it will not work in our best interest for us to tell somebody that we don't feel safe or comfortable with, oh yeah, I've decided that, there's some stuff going on with you and I don't want to be around it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, not the best thing for anyone to want to hear, and you may just not feel comfortable with it, and that's totally fine. You know what is best for you, okay? So let's look at what else we have. Okay, so Next up, we have the Page of Wands. And normally right side up, the Page of Wands depicts somebody who is typically on the younger side, could be a student. He's got a feather in his cap. He's excited. Wands are about career, or they can be something that you're passionate about. In the reverse, the Page of Wands, though, really talks about indecision. And I'm remembering from stack B, there was a card about indecision. It's the Two of Swords. So you might want to check out that stack. It's really about indecision and the fact that when we stay in indecision, our mind can literally just going back and forth between like, should I or shouldn't I? What if I go this route, it's not very good, and if I go this route, it's not very good, right? It can paralyze us. It can, in our mind, it can cause so much more angst and anxiety than we would have if we just made a decision and went with that decision, okay? So the card after that, we have another page. So we've got we've got a knight this time. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles upright is about someone who's coming in, or if it's not another person, it can be something that's coming in that is offering us some type of material fulfillment. But it's very slow. It's slow moving. It's slow coming, okay? So when it's in reverse, the Knight of Wands can speak to us about something that's like at a complete standstill. It's not coming at all, okay? It's not coming. It's not budging. That's another thing. Pentacles are about material needs. They're about earth. They're about grounding. So you might be at a real stalemate in your mind, or you could be in a scenario where you've got somebody that you don't feel like everything's above board, but they're not budging on where they are, and it's causing you an internal struggle. Wow, okay. So we've got another card in reverse, which is the Four of Pentacles. So upright, the Four of Pentacles is either about, it's called the Miser card, so it's either about somebody that's really holding tightly to their materials or their money or whatever, their old beliefs or something like that, something that's grounded and in the physical reality. And when it's reversed, it really talks about the same thing that the Knight of Pentacles in reverse talks about. It's a delay in something. Something is not coming. It can also talk about opposition, which is something that I talked about just a couple seconds ago. So figure out where you're at. This is a general reading, so I'm not going to get every single scenario is not going to be on point. If you do want a reading, if you listen to this and you're like, I still have doubts, contact me for a private reading where I look just at your energy and I do spreads that are just for you, okay? There's a link below in the description box where you can book a private reading with me. I am currently about 2 to 3 weeks out though, okay? So you would have to You would have to wait 2 to 3 weeks to receive your video reading. All right, so let's find out. You know where you are in this scenario. Let's find out what your guidance is so that you can move forward and shake this energy off. Okay, Psychic Insight, Odin. This is a very powerful figure from Norse mythology. So you may have Norwegian, Scandinavian, some type of ancestry like that in the background. And Odin is telling you that your third eye is open. See the truth for what it is and follow your intuition. I definitely think you should check out Stack B. So when it comes to this, you see you see the feathers on his headdress, okay? That's about angelic and divine information and abilities at your crown area, okay? Whatever this is, you may not want to see the truth. You may be saying to yourself, oh no, that person couldn't do that, or they wouldn't do that, or whatever. And kind of like I said in the beginning of the reading, sometimes it's really difficult and painful to see, especially if your third eye is open, like mine. I see a lot of what's going on, and it's hard to not take it personally. But that could be another one of your lessons in your life, right? That responsibility kind of goes with being given the gift of psychic sight. You see things. You see why people, you might not see why actually, but you see people doing things. You see people acting unconsciously, right? But if they're unconscious about it, they don't know what they're doing, all right? Okay, Holy Amethyst. I was also thinking for you to check out Stack A because it's all about amethyst, so I am going to say that now. Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. So what this is telling you, there's a ton of amethyst here. And again, this is the crown chakra that we're talking about. Purple is about the crown. All of these readings today, stacks A, B, and C, are about thinking. They're about the thinking, the negative thoughts, getting stuck in thinking, really, okay? So the way for you to move beyond your current challenges is to focus on what you desire instead of focusing so hard on the scenario and what's happening and oh my gosh and the fears. Start shifting your focus to what you really want. Allow yourself to feel, actually first, allow yourself to feel what you see going on, right? Allow yourself to admit, wow, I do see this. I do know what's going on. I'm not going to stay in the dark anymore, okay? And then know that you have the ability to move beyond that. Wow, okay. Lastly, Mary Magdalene, the teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call and don't let anything stop you. So this could be as simple as, I'm just going to tell you a scenario. Somebody's doing something behind your back. They could work for you. It could be a child. It could be somebody that you trust. It could be a sibling or a family member. Something's going on. They could owe you money. I mean, that's just one scenario. It's not coming. There's a delay. There's opposition. You could be dealing with an addict or an untreated alcoholic or somebody with an addictive personality who is untreated. Things are going on, you know they're going on, and you've tried giving them the benefit of the doubt. You've probably tried a number of things. What you're being advised is that your psychic insights are correct. Your third eye is open. You can move beyond your current challenges by changing what you're doing right now. By saying, I need to step back from this. This isn't working for me anymore. And focusing on what you desire, okay? Also, the rose quartz. Having compassion for yourself, loving yourself. This may be a time period where if you say this stuff, this person may kick you out of their life. They may have done this before to you, right? That isn't about you. And I know it's so difficult, but people that are sick, they project their self-hatred onto other people. So what they project at you, what you feel, is actually what they feel inside themselves. It's so painful that they can't stand it and they have to push it out at other people, okay? That does not mean that you need to stand there and take it though. If you're in this reading right now, if you're here with me, you aren't meant to do that, okay? There's a way to be compassionate toward them and toward yourself, okay? And this nurture stone is like really jumping out at me. So this is about nurturing you and realizing there doesn't need to be any finger pointing here, but there does need to be a time where you can pull your energy back and take care of yourself, okay? You are learning right now. I do believe that I am serving as a teacher for you and something within you is awakening, okay? It is safe and comfortable for you. That is a great affirmation that you can use to step back from people that hurt you. Okay? It's also safe and comfortable for you to face your feelings and feel your feelings so that you can move through them. The Mary Magdalene is associated with Mother Mary, so this could be your mother. This could be someone else acting in a way that reminds you of your mother's shadow qualities, things that hurt you about your mother, okay? The red roses symbolize Mother Mary. You may want to get yourself a bouquet of red roses. That would be something wonderful to do for yourself. Okay, so I really hope that you enjoyed your reading. Check out stacks A and B if you feel called, and please leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought. And I will talk to you very soon. Bye.